Hey, what's going on, family? Today is the 4th of April, 2024. We're going to talk about this article right here from Fetch.ai. It's talking about, or it's asking us the question, what's going to happen next for Fetch since it's made an all-time high? Is it going to continue to go higher? Is it going to continue to go low? Like, those are your only two options that you have in order to see what's going to happen next, especially within the price of a particular instrument. Fetch.ai price is continuing its bullish streak even though the rest of the crypto market is cooling down from the February and March rallies. Will this lead to corrections for FET, or will the altcoin be able to note another all-time high? So like another quick look at the market in Fetch, you can see here, oops, let me bring that back. You guys can see that it has cooled down. Right there, the market high on March 28th in Fetch, price since then has came back down, but it came back down into an area of consolidation right there. Okay, so what's going to happen from this particular area? Hopefully we can find that out once we conclude the article and do a price prediction on this chart. But currently they're asking us that question, what's going to happen next? Will this lead to corrections for Fetch? Again, I just did a video yesterday talking about how some of the jargon, the terminology that people use within the technical analysis space for instruments that trade on exchanges, they use that word correction, and it implies that, well, the prior move must have been wrong, so now they're trying to correct that prior movement. That couldn't be further for the case. Understand that the market is a open market to where people agree on price. You have a buyer, you have a seller, and they have a price. Once you have a buyer and a seller agree on price, then that is what people consider as value or the market. So even though Fetch made all-time highs, that was where value was. Price coming back down doesn't mean it's a correction. It means that value is being diminished at lower levels. That's where buyers and sellers are now agreeing on price. It's not a correction. Fetch.ai could lose support from its investors. After a remarkable rise, Fetch.ai's price is noting some drawdown until the market cools down. This was an unexpected decline since nearly 90% of the entire circulating supply was sitting in profits. Get that. Making all-time highs, everybody is making money. But the moment that the all-time high is gone and price comes lower off of that all-time high, somebody now is losing money. The instant that price goes down from the all-time high, somebody is not making money. But as it's making all-time highs, everybody who holds Fetch.ai is getting paid. That's what that 98% of the entire circulating supply means. Whenever more than 95% of the supply witnesses profits, a market top is formed. Market top refers to the peak of a market cycle. That's another terminology word that doesn't make any sense. Market cycle. When does a cycle start? When does a cycle end? Is it only when it's trending? Can you be in a market cycle when the market is consolidating? And what's the duration? What's the length of time that it takes for something to be considered a cycle? It's all open to interpretation. Whatever you say, whatever your opinion is, could fill that term market cycle. Not one person, not one centralized entity can define those terms for you. But it's indicating a potential reversal or correction in the near future. So this whole article is going to a whole lot of technical jargon, which many of you probably know about, many of you probably don't. But I just want to peel back the onion so that you can really see the market for what it is. It's not a complicated place. You only have basic people who are looking to make money, thereby creating a market, a store. This was validated by the recent correction. However, since 93% of the supply is still in profit, it could potentially induce profit taking. That's the name of the game. It's to make money. That's another focus of the markets, of the exchange, is for those who suspect that price is going to go a direction. They place their position down and they see they're right or wrong. The altcoin would bear the consequence as the price would decline following selling from investors. Secondly, the project is losing traction in the market as evidenced by net worth growth. The network growth refers to the addition of new addresses, which, when it takes a dip, suggests investors are refraining from investing their money in the asset. Okay, you can take that if you want. Thus, Fetch.ai price would witness some bearish momentum, resulting in a potential decline in price. Fetch.ai price is close to losing the psychological support of $2.90 after having lost the 50-day exponential moving average. That's another technical indicator there. If the aforementioned factors are weighed in, the likely outcome for FET could be a decline to $2.40, given it has been previously tested multiple times as support. So they got $2.40 for support. Okay, so let's look at that chart. So $2.40 is right there. Okay, so they're considering that this area right here is support. Okay, which is logical. You all can see how many times price and fetch came down to that particular price level. And what did it do? What did price do? We look for reactions. We look for what happens at certain levels of the market. And every time price and fetch came to this particular zone, people bought. Price went up, right? So yeah, you would suspect that price is trying to come back to this level to see, okay, buyers, do you really want to buy fetch again at this price? And the buyers will let you know. And you know how you'll know? It's because the price will bounce from that level. If it doesn't bounce and price crashes through, then that tells you that there was no buyers there willing to hold the market. Real simple, right? So let's go ahead and get back to the article. However, if Fetch.ai price can sustain above the $2.90 support, which it did not, is at $2.66, it would have a shot at reigniting the bullish flame. This would result in the invalidation of the bearish thesis if the 50-day EMA is flipped into support, enabling a rise to $3 and beyond to chart a new all-time high. Now, the crazy part is that this author of this article, who did the technical analysis, is not telling us what he thinks is going to happen. So I guess it's incumbent upon you to determine what do you think price is about to do in Fetch. So now let me go back and show you. We did a price prediction going all the way back to November of last year in Fetch. We were bullish at that particular time. Price hit our ultimate price TP on December the 12th, 12.2% there. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And coming back to today's time, you guys can see here first that we got that buy indicator triggered. That was when the market was testing that $2.90 area that this article from Being Crypto talked about. Now, it would have been great if price would have bounced off of there, but it didn't the next day. So yes, even though the market signified that this could be a potential buy opportunity, we got the confirmation that it wasn't the next day, which was here on the 31st. And then again on April the 1st, price continues to trend down. So this was a false signal. Okay. And then you also can see here that the price in Fetch is trending down right there. So yeah, we're in a slight downtrend currently to the market in Fetch. Here it is on the 2-day chart. And I'm asking you the question. We received on the 2-day time frame an indication that price is weak here on this 2-day bar, and we received another one, another indication of weakness. So yes, the market inevitably may try to hold right there around that $2.40 price, but don't hold your breath, because these 2-day bars definitely signify weakness there. Here it is on the 3. Here it is on the 5. 13 hours, 14 minutes. You guys can see an up fake is triggered off of the 5-day chart. Here it is on the weekly. Here it is on the 3. I mean the 2 weeks. That definitely looks weak there too. 3 days, 14 hours. Definitely pay attention to what this price bar is going to print like in the next 3 days and 14 hours. And there it is on the monthly. Okay, so what we're going to do currently is we're going to anticipate some lower prices into the market in Fetch. And we're going to create this buy zone right here. Very wide area buy zone. Okay, so yes, obviously we would suspect that the market may try to come down to this buy zone and bounce from there. So that is going to be our first target, either at the high or the low of this zone. At the low, it's going to give us like 19% movement to the downside. And then my other target in Fetch would be here. Either at the high or the low too. Okay, at the lows it's like 37, almost 38% move down. And we're going to bring our area of resistance up there to the all-time high. And we're going to create a sell zone up here, which simply means that if price in Fetch was to come back to that particular zone, we would expect the market to get increased selling pressure, trying to push the price back down. So let's see what happens. Give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain profitability. And as always, trade different.